China launched a 3-member crew to its orbiting space station. As part of its ambitious program that aims to put astronauts on the moon by 2030, the Shenzhou 18 spacecraft lifted off from the Jiuquan Satellite Launch Center on the edge of the Gobi Desert in northwestern China, atop a long March 2F rocket at 8:59 p.m. 1:59 GMT. The spacecraft's 3-member crew will relieve the Shenzhou 17 team, which has been staffing China's Tiangong space station since last October. The China Manned Space Agency held a send-off ceremony complete with flag-waving, children and patriotic music for the Shenzhou 18 crew as the 3 astronauts prepared to enter the spacecraft. The trio is made of Commander Yi Guangfu, 43, a veteran astronaut who took part in the Shenzhou 13 mission in 2021, and fighter pilots Li Kong, 34, and Li Guangsu, 36, who are spaceflight rookies. They are expected to reach the space station about 6.5 hours after liftoff. China built its own space station after being excluded from the International Space Station, largely because of U.S. concerns over the Chinese military's involvement in the program. This year, the Chinese station is slated for 2 cargo spacecraft missions and 2 manned spaceflight missions. The Shenzhou 18 crew will spend about 6 months on the space station. They will conduct scientific tests, install space debris protection equipment on the station, carry out payload experiments, and popularize science education. Lin Ziqiang, deputy director of the CMC, said China was working toward eventually offering access to its space station to foreign astronauts and space tourists. We will accelerate the research and promotion of the participation of foreign astronauts and space tourists on flights on China's space station. The country is planning a mission to bring back samples from Mars around 2030 and 3 lunar probe missions over the next 4 years. China conducted its first crewed space mission in 2003, becoming the 3rd country, after the former Soviet Union and the United States, to put a person into space using its own resources. China has broken out in some areas, bringing samples back from the lunar surface for the first time in decades, and landing a rover on the less explored far side of the moon. The United States aims to put a crew back on the lunar surface by the end of 2025 as part of a renewed commitment to crewed missions, aided by private sector players such as SpaceX and Blue Origin.